everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme. We're here at practice for the Milan Grand Prix. This is round 9 of 10. And let me just say that this is getting to the nail-biting stage. Mainly because we are so close to second place and not too far behind first. Now, we do need some results to go our way, not only for us to win, but the other drivers of those two teams to be a bit down the order in both races. So, this is a very, very long shot, but we do have that shot, and we're going to try and take it if possible. So, Valdez and Cruz, once more, you can see we're not too far outside. I think a little bit more acceleration might be... it might be on the cards, I'm not sure. Let's just drop that down to 38, and I think I'm pretty happy with that as an opening setup on practice. So I'm trying new things out here in terms of video content. So skipping up until practice, skipping practice itself, the setup plus practice in one video, race and aftermath in another. You guys let me know what kind of formats you like. Altogether it takes about an hour, and I don't like editing footage out. What I do is what you see, so I don't like heavily edited cut things. Far too much chance there for me to be hiding things, which I've been accused of in different games, to be fair. You know, I'll fully admit that, you know, that is an issue people seem to think I have. I'm trying to be open and sort of transparent about not only that fact, but the way I play games. So you can see, you know, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Just trying to help you guys make sure that, you know, this is all on the up and up. Because someone did accuse me of cheating because I'm getting such good practice, such good practice results. So, I don't know what to tell you. You can save the game at any point. If I was really cheating, then all those finishes in last place I got, they would have probably not been last place. I would have been picking up mid-table results all the way. So I don't know why I cheat and then leave in some really bad results. But that's a popular theory for some reason. But okay, so we're going to include a little bit of practice. I've got no idea. I even forgot to look at the track setup. So I don't remember what the three things are. Now I could just load an earlier game. I don't think it actually loads yet. I do have earlier games. I was going to say I don't even have earlier games, but of course, autosaves are on. So which one was this? I think that's that. So yeah, I could load an earlier save, as it were, and, you know, go on. But that's not really my kind of thing. So, you know, that was on the 4th. I haven't played this for a day. I believe it's the 6th now, so at time of recording. So I could do it. Oh, look at that. Higher downforce. Okay. Let me quickly jump over to Valdez and see. Okay, so he was fairly middle according to the mechanics. So maybe he wants a little bit of high. I don't know, we'll send him out and see what he comes out of. But I don't think I want to go too far into high, because Valdez is pretty much in the centre. And again, the acceleration was quite important. But looking at this, the long straights, I quite fancy top speed as well. So I'm thinking of moving the top speed. And then we scale back with a couple of 6.5s there. 16 and 26.5 respectively. So I think that's a decent setup for Cruz. It's nothing too crazy. Maybe we go up to 69 here just to get a little bit in. And I probably want to come under here a little bit on understeer as well. Let's go 63 for that then. I like to be a little bit adventurous sometimes with the setup. So we've got our setups here then for Valdez and Cruz. How many laps of dry weather? Looks like everything is dry right now. We can jump here into the standings and see We are only 18 points behind Garuda, 12 behind Siva Racing. But we're not that far, only 7 ahead of Vixala, who are a very decent team. So, that's going to be interesting. Can we stay in the top 3? Can we advance even further? You know, Siva are absolutely flying. We're going to need to, in the last 2 races, them to get 4 mid-table finishes or below, and for us to finish 1 and 2 in both races to jump over Siva Racing. Now, if Garuda are to be surpassed, the same sort of thing has to happen, but, you know, even further back, maybe 14th and below. So, really, I say we've got a small chance, but we don't really have that chance. We could possibly take 3rd place, which I think is a fantastic achievement in the first season. If we're able to get 2nd, then I'd be very surprised, but very, very happy. Now again, Valdez has got the worst car, but his setup looks far more standard. So I want to send him out first. I say first, it's only by a few seconds. You guys know this already. So push and high on Valdez. Let's get him out into that clear air. And then we're gonna test out Cruz's setup as well. High push there. And he just about gets out in front of Calvacanti, it looks like. So, okay. So Valdez is out and about. He's going to start going for it. And, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that until the flying lap, actually. So, I see Valdez here then. What he can do. So, Valdez, I think, has a decent setup. Although that move to acceleration, I'm not too sure. Looking at his bars, like his mechanic recommendations, I felt that acceleration was probably a good idea. But looking at it again, when I saw Cruz's mechanic recommendations, it really didn't seem good. And look at that, the gearing is indeed a bit wrecked. So, way too much angle. Okay, so way too much angle. So aero is too much angle. And I think gearing, we wanna move towards top speed on Valdez. So we'll see how that actually works out. We will see how that works out. Valdez there, sneaking ahead. Looks like Cruz is in the faster car by a little bit of a distance there. He's actually setting quite a lot here of pace. So, conserve, back up, don't force slow, feels bang on for Cruz. Now that's something we didn't actually do anything with, I don't think. Handling with with Valdez. With Cruz, the handling looks spot on, which is okay, I guess. So, we're on low engine mode here just to make sure we get back into things. It looks like Cruz actually is 2nd, though, at this point. And we've got race trim level 1. We're going to get soft tyres level 1 now as well. Valdez down to 6th in qualifying. Cruz in 3rd as well. So, let's try and get there. Down to 8th place. It looks like Valdez goes. The gear ratios are just right. So, looks like that extra change we did there, and handling's good. So, I think we move Valdez towards more top speed. We move the aero. We pull that back down from Cruz's setup, and we should be pretty decent. So Valdez there, look, good, okay. Oh, that's not the feedback that we seem to get off him, but okay. Good, okay. Yeah, that's far too middling for my liking. That is far too middling for my liking. So I want to go up here then, okay? That's a pretty good jump. I'm going to say we go a little bit on oversteer and see if that drops out of good down to like a poor or an okay. We know that's far too far and we go back to understeer. And there was too much angle on Cruz's car, so I think maybe we want a little bit of low in terms of downforce. So let's try that. A little bit more handling, I think. Oops. So those are pretty big jumps, but you know what? We're 80% at the moment. That should move us closer to 90, which is good race strategy. Now that's good setup that we can have. That's one lap. We'd probably kill the tyres if we tried more. Let's go on new tyres then. Let us go on new tyres. But look at that. Intermediates. Wow. Wow. I wasn't even paying attention. So intermediates here. Let's go then. Luckily, just caught that in time. If I had pressed that button, Valdez would not have had a chance. Okay, good, great. So that's not too bad. And Cruz already has some good stuff. Let's throw him on the intermediates just before we forget. Car setup then. Now, we were told that was too much aero. So I think it's going to be bang on here somewhere in the middle. And I think a little bit more understeer as well. So let's put that up and let's drop these back down towards normal. So 0.2, 0.2, or 0.3, 0.3 then. Let's just get into that mechanic recommendation zone and hope that that works out. We do need the acceleration to come back down a touch. So there we go. So if it's a little bit more top speed than we had, then we'd be great position, because that might move to excellent. That good there. That's enough of a jump to maybe get up in the great, and we've got a decent distance away from the okay. So 3 laps, intermediates. Let's send out Cruz as well. So let's get Valdez out on track. And hopefully now in the intermediates we'll be able to put out some decent time. So push those tyres. Come on boys, both of you push those tyres. And when we come in on the back straight, we're going to be kicking up even further. So high and attack around that corner. And then down the back straight, go into there. Oops, downforce is off, and I think downforce is a bit better, so I think that's okay, and that one's a not okay. I'm not sure. I think Valdez said bad downforce. I think Cruz said good downforce there. So handling feels worse. Valdez now, it looks like we've killed the air on handling a little bit there. Race trim level 2. We're going to see what happens there. Looks like Girard's out on wet, which towards the end of this session is not going to be doing him any favours. But it looks like it has actually nailed him level 1. So speed balance is right on the money. That's what we needed to solve for Valdez. So I think with Valdez we have enough information now to get us where we need to go. It looks like Cruz is sticking there in 3rd place in qualifying. Or not, well, practice, not qualifying. Valdez up into 8th. This is actually turning out to be a pretty good run. So we're going to see what Cruz can get done then. Looks like he is going to stick on that 3rd practice. He is indeed. So this is how it's all going to end up then. It looks like the fastest lap was with Girard there. A very nice lap indeed. Then down to Chu, and Cruz not too far behind, 0.7. That is pretty decent. There we go. Dreyfus moves up right at the end on those softs. Jumps up again. So, oh, look at that. Poor good. Poor good. So Valdez's setup was terrifyingly bad, whereas Cruz actually got his fairly right. So that should give us a little bit here. That might give us a little bit of good insight. So it's the race day. Second or above will net us a lot of money once more. Water on track doesn't look like anything. It's getting a little bit colder. Maybe, just maybe, a bit of rain on the way. That's something to keep an eye on. So I think we're going to go for race trim and soft tyres, because I don't think... I'm not going to put the intermediates on just in case, because it doesn't look like rain right now. So none of these were really... Yeah, none were better. So we're just going to keep Cruz on the same. I can't really guess where that is. I did get the fact that it was right at the end of that mechanic recommendation. We nailed that handling. That was fantastic. We didn't quite get into that speed balance. But overall, I'm fairly happy there. 13 laps. These tyres will go quite some distance. We can push the hell out of those. I'm very happy, in fact, with that. And 6 laps. Yeah, we can just really push the cars at this stage. Great setup for Cruz then. We're happy indeed. The work needs to be done now with Valdez though. So both of those were in the wrong direction. So we went up. Yeah, we went up. So we need to come down by about the same amount. But we need to get towards the end there somewhere. Okay, so if we get the speed balance back in that direction somewhere. Actually, yeah, because they were in good. They were in good. Okay, so we want to come even more. So let's go down there then to 5 and 5. Yeah. 15.5, 25.5. Let's get that up there. We know that'll be in the good area. I don't think it's even further out. I think it's back in. Because if it's out, then excellent would be out of the mechanic recommendation. So I think... Yeah, I think we went too far. So... What about that? That seems like a nice balance. Oh my goods, I think that's a decent jump. I do think that's a decent jump. I think we might need a touch more there. I don't know, I think that suits Valdez, so that's what we're going to go for. That's what we're going to go for. So I think both those cars are out. They're on decent setups. I'm not too sure on Valdez, but Cruz seems to be in a good position, and he is the driver we need to most focus on. So let's take a look then at the grid. Predator at the back, of course. Then Firebird and Dragon in there with a pair of Archers just ahead. Oh, sorry, just behind Dragon there. Eastwood come into the picture now. And then Octane, Garuda. That shows how bad Beauchamp's been doing in such a good car. Valdez, well, he's 11th. Cruz is sitting in 13th. And, yeah, then you come to the big boys and girls at the back of the grid. Antonov, Mayo, Calvacanti, and, of course, Jar. So we need the front three to have a bad race. Oh, and Cruz with a very poor start, and he's going to drop down a few positions. Valdez just about holds his, and Cruz looks as if he can get back one position maybe along the way, but overall not the best of starts from Cruz. But Valdez up into 10th place and then loses it again. But we're just going to watch and see kind of what happens here. So 10th and 16th now, it seems. Up into 15th for Cruz. So he's kind of a couple of places down, and now so is Valdez. Oh, not the best of starts. Everyone else starting to hold off a little. Really, Jar just wrecked my car. The absolute bastard. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? Oh, Cruz will pick up 2 positions, but this is not what I wanted to do. Let's push the fuel in then, fix that part, and just hope Valdez is okay then. So let's see what is going to happen here. Can we get out ahead of him? I think we can, and that'll put Cruz up the order somewhat into 11th place. Now, we're going to have to go a little longer here, if we can, with Valdez. So, yeah. The tyres aren't really warming up, so I'm okay keeping pushing the tyres here with Cruz. Whereas Valdez has got a lot of work to get back up into this race. So, interesting to see what happens there. Any rain? There is not, so we're okay still. So I think we need to push and pit here. Let's get Cruz out with a full set of stuff. We're going to risk a fast one and hopefully pull out something absolutely fantastic. Good. We didn't quite get the jumps in terms of places I really wanted. We got Santana and John Satir out in front of us. They are on medium tyres though, so that is something to see if we can get past them. And what a run down that straight. Come on, Cruz. Let's go. And we're up into 16th here with Valdez. A little bit behind on the track, but everybody now is in kind of the same position. And Valdez has a chance to really kick on now and push these tyres up. So he'll hopefully come through when nobody else is in the pits. He's making up a lot of ground now because he is not on any kind of strangeness. So 7 more laps remaining, and we're gonna pit him on this lap then. That should just be enough to get us through to the end. We're gonna go balanced on there, and hopefully that'll put us in good position. So 14th place, closing in on the rest. Onto low now, and hopefully, oh, he just about runs out before coming into the pit stop. That is absolutely terrible in terms of what we wanted. But we can push those tyres to oblivion. And it looks as well like maybe Cruz has this one in the bag. So let's see where we come out there. 19th place, kind of what we expected to be near the back of the grid. But we are now going to the end with Valdez. Cruz, on the other hand, Cruz is going to come down to low, but keep pushing those tyres. We're going to go through that one more time. One more lap. So he's going to come in on these laps for his final pit stop. We'll go to those set of tyres. Give him an extra lap of fuel. We're going to risk a fast as well and see where we can come out. And I think we're going to go on to overtake, come in here into the pit, make up as much time as we can. And it doesn't look like too much joy here for Valdez. But Cruz now is going to be running heavy on fuel. But he is so much faster than some of the other cars around him, especially that first and second place. So we've got 3 laps to reel those in. And I think we'll probably be in very good position. We're going to watch the tyres there, try and get a good set on good temperature there. Cruz moves up into second. It looks like a few others there actually had to come in. And yes, Sabato and Gerard not burning as much as us. So keep an eye there as well on fuel. Keep an eye on tyre temperatures. And we're just going to keep pushing round. So Lisandro Cruz here defending from Sabato. Valdez looks like his race is pretty much done. We're going to try and push him through the end of the race though. See if he can do anything. And Cruz. Can Cruz step up here on this last lap? It's not going to be much chance of getting first place, but he needs to defend here from third. He does look in good position at the moment. Excess fuel, great tyre wear. He could be in a good position. It looks though like Valdez is going to run out of fuel. And there we go, a nice solid second place. Nothing crazy. Subaru actually runs out of fuel, I think, at the end. Valdez moves down into 18th right now. And the one man we needed to do bad was Ja. Now, he ruined Valdez's race by running into the back of him. But it looks like, there goes Cruz past him, lapping him at the end. Valdez didn't do great. Gerard picks up the points. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that at the moment. It doesn't seem like the other teams picked up too many points. Now, Cruz did really, really well. Unfortunately, Valdez's low position means he's not going to be picking up that many himself. So through scrutineering, no issues at all for us, of course. And there we go. So Firebird take number 1. Beauchamp up into 4th place. That probably does very, very well there. Arbeloa, decent there, getting some good points. And we're not doing too good. Drive-through penalties. Demotations, not the best in the world though. So Cruz up into 3rd. He's not going to be able to win the championship. But 20 points left on offer and a maximum swing, because last place gets a point, of 19. That means he is out of first place, definitely. A chance to get 3rd, and, Cavalcanti's going to be difficult. He needs to basically finish ahead of Cavalcanti in this last race. And Mayo just 8 points ahead. That's a decent swing as well. Mid-table for Mayo, and Cruz can win. Apart from that though, we are down now to 5 points between Silver Racing and ZRT. So the minimum is 3, so that takes them to 237. And then it would be... yeah, it would be 19 and 20 points. So 39 would be 258. So 237 is the minimum Garuda can get. The maximum we can get would be 258. And that would hand Silver Racing, if they finished in the next 2 positions for 3 and 4 points, that would give them 7 for 331. So it doesn't need to be that much of a swing. It doesn't need to be that much of a swing. If we come 1st and 2nd, then 10 and 11 points for Garuda would give them 255, which is 3 below us. So they could get, if they got 11 and 12, I'm trying to figure out here, if they got 11 and 12 points, if I'm right, that will put them on 257, a point behind us. So they need to get 11 and 12 points, which is 10th and 9th, I think. So that's 10th and 9th for Garuda. And Silver can get 10 more points than them, so that's 5 positions higher. So 5th and 6th. So we'd have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and that 5, which would be... No. I messed up there, didn't I? I messed up there. Let me think about this. 5th and 6th place would give 20, 19, 18, 17, 16 points, and 15. So that would be 31, which would put them 4 points ahead of us. And we don't want that. So basically, I think we need 8th and 9th out of Silver Racing. Okay, I think they actually need 7th and 8th. Let me just have a look at the race results screen to make sure my points and positions marry up. But I think if Silver Racing gets 7th and 8th place, that'll net them a grand total for the season of 256. If Garuda are 10th and 9th, they net themselves 257 and take 2nd place a point ahead of them, whereas us in a 1-2 finish would push us into 258 and take the title by a point. I mean, it's not going to happen, but hey, it's mathematically possible, and we are not going to stop fighting for it. We're just not going to stop fighting for it. So, once again, Lissandro Cruz with a phenomenal drive, and he takes us through with another 2nd place. That's another 1.4 million sponsorship. The marketability is decent, happiness is up. Only reason why that isn't above 90 is because Valdez is a bit of a dick. We know this. Cruz as well won't go above 90. Reserve driver doesn't matter. So overall, I'm fairly happy with that. So you can see we're putting money towards next year's car, and at the same time we are sort of making money for ourselves. So that's kind of where the 1.4 million goes. Half towards next year's car, half in the bank already this season. So we need to figure out here then. So 8th place gets 13. 7th place gets 14. That is a total of 27. 27. I was wrong. They do need 8th and 9. Silver Racing need 8th and 9th, which would get them 13 and 12 for a total of 25, which would put them on 256. 10th and 9th place would be 33. Yeah, and that would take... That would take them well above us, actually. I totally miscalculated that. So we can't have them getting more than 20 points. 20 points is the position where we can no longer win the title from Garuda. In which case, they would need 11th and 12th. So Garuda in 11th and 12th. And Silver Racing... Yeah. Silver Racing in 8th and 9th. Now we look at the tables and you can see Silver are Mayo and Cavalcanti. Now, Mayo finished 6th. Cavalcanti finished 15th. That is 21 points. They repeat that and they're below what they need to get. So us finishing 1-2 and them finishing where they did is okay. Now Garuda, Beauchamp had 17 points, which means that Jar needed to get 2 or below. So if he finishes way back like that, or if he finishes high up, and instead we see Beauchamp down the order, either in last or last but one, we're okay as long as Jar does not get that podium. But it does mean Valdez needs to get that second or first place. Cruz can do it. We've got the car for him. We've got the setup and he performs well. Valdez only has performed well in Munich. So that's where that one is. That's kind of where that last episode of the series is going to come in. Cruz could finish second in the drivers. Could not finish as the drivers' champion. But for 7th or above, we're really going to be fighting now for 3rd place in this championship. We could maybe sneak second. I don't know about first. I think that is going to be really, really, really testing. So let's criticize Sergio Valdez. Let's hope that he wants to break his contract and leave and that kind of thing then. So, interesting times indeed. Now we got some new sponsors. We really need a second or above here with big money, don't we? So, 5 races. Okay. So that's 300 per race. So that'll net us 1.5 more over those 5 races. And the upfront is only 600 more. So that's kind of interesting. If we finished 2 out of 5, if we finished 2 races out of 5 in first place, then Cupcake would net us the same money as Ishikawa. Anything more than 2 out of 5, Cupcake is the better, and 1 or 0 first places out of 5 races means that Ishikawa would be the better deal. Now I've got to believe that 11th and 12th for Garuda is not going to happen. 8th and 9th for Silva is not going to happen. They're going to do better than that. So, we're going to be in this division next season. We're going to stick in the ERS. We are going to be a competitive team. So, 4 of these 5 races are in this division where we have proven we can get podiums. So, I think 2 or above means Cupcake are our choice. Less money now, more money per race, and that's kind of where we want to be. And hopefully RustJet we can get like a 3rd or above with some bonuses or a great upfront payment. You know, maybe when we design, when we go into a new season, we'll actually have something up there. What was that about Keres? Learning fact. Okay, learning fast. So, interesting. Scouting report. So, the South African, employed by Zampelli, he is the Iceman. So, no marketability whatsoever. But his focus goes up. I'm not a big fan of that. So, the South African, I'm afraid, is a no-go. A 3rd driver, he could be decent though. Reserve driver, test driver, who knows, he could be decent. So, we've got some options. We do have some options. Let's go through them. And let's see them. Everything is good. So we have a new engine. which could break rules, but we're kind of hopeful that it won't. We are kind of hopeful that it won't. So we're going to put performance on it once those are done with. And we're just going to carry it through to next season and hope that the rule break goes away. It's something that I want to test there. It is something that I want to test. So, the WMC, we get 2 more drivers actually done. So let's see. Okay, Racing Sim. So Valdez actually gets a little bit of overtaking. Could be a decent thing there for us. Can see those are almost up. Happy enough with that good engine kind of being on its own. So let's get things running as much as possible. So it looks like Saarinen, Holtz and Vasquez doing decent up there. Drivers' Championship, Chapman just ahead now of Wexler. And then Rossini just holding off as they go into the final race weekend. That's going to be interesting. Finish scouting. Let's go have a look then. So, Ellie Nightingale. Let's see what she's like. Good consistency. She meditates, which is decent. Keeping it simple though. Adaptability goes down. But still, that's not too bad. Again, as sort of a reserve driver, a test driver, she could be a decent option. Not kind of what we want though. We are looking to maybe replace Valdez, and look at that. He is aggressive and he is a wet weather pro. Sylvander here at Zamperli, decent team. They are a decent team. They're not running too well in the Asia Pacific though, so interesting. And yeah, he's an option. He's definitely an option. No weaknesses, a decent little driver that could be someone to keep an eye on. And again, he will be out of contract. So that kind of puts us in good position. Performance work is complete. So now we're going to throw that on there. And we're going to $19.20. Yeah. $19.20 is going to be the best. That'll get us a good engine, and that'll get us a pretty good reliability on it as well, hopefully, to take into next season. I'm still hoping we can take the band brakes through if the rules actually change. I've heard that's a thing. I don't know if that is actually a thing. So we're going to have to see there. And let's head back then to the Black Sea for the final race of the season. That's not going to be in this one though. We will be sort of doing that, rounding out the season in style in the next video. I do hope you've enjoyed though, guys. Hopefully we'll get the chance to at least take second place here in the Drivers' Championship and maybe second in the team standings as well. I think that'll put us on a very, very good base in terms of next season. We need to throw money at the car. We need to start looking long term at the headquarters, figuring out where the money's going to be. And we need to think, should we break the contract of Valdez? Are we going to be able to just see him maybe want to go to a different team and then we don't have to pay to break that contract? Are we just going to have to stick it out for 25 months and then get someone new? I want someone before that if possible. But like I say, I hope you're enjoying the series. We're coming up now to the end of the first season. We're enjoying what we're able to do I think we're in good position. I'm enjoying this game. Couple of issues here and there, but overall, a very enjoyable little game. And well worth the money, I think, at this stage. So, if you have enjoyed, please do smash that like button. You know, follow me on Twitter at ChrisArmy. I'll be giving out games when I can. We've just had a giveaway for Franchise Hockey Manager 3. There's one at the moment for Out of the Park Baseball. Get involved with those. The more people that get involved with giveaways, the more chances I have of getting new games from developers. So retweet my tweet, get involved with the giveaway. You know, Christmas is coming up. Even if you don't want the games yourself, you can always give it as a gift to somebody, and they do make good gifts. So, you know, check that out. Subscribe as well to the channel for the latest in all my series. New series starting up next week, hopefully, with Franchise Hockey Manager 3, a reboot there. Let me know in the comment section below as well, and on Twitter, would you like to see a series on Out of the Park Baseball? And what, if any, other games you would like to see? Until next time though, guys, when we go to the Black Sea, I've been Chris Army. This is ZRT Autosport Season 1 in the ERS GP3. Thanks very much for watching. Y'all take care, and we'll see you for the final race of the season.